Hello YouTube, these are my new reptile cages me and my husband made. It was a bookcase that we converted into a reptile cage. Actually the wood pieces you see there and at the top were the shelves. So we built this, all the wood came from the bookshelf. We didn't have to buy any extra wood or anything, so that worked out pretty nice. And this side is my Chinese water dragon, this side is my hatchling Burmese pythons, and on top of their cage is my axolotl. I just have one in that 10-gallon. Here's Poseidon's cage. He's my Chinese water dragon. He was a rescue. He is about 1.5 years old, and he's still very, very small. I got him as a rescue from Petco when he was about 1 year old, and he was very, very small, about the size of a hatchling. Let's see if you can see him up to my hand. He is very, very small. He's got a really long tail, has his whole tail. It's this hand. Let's see if I can get in there and show you. This hand, he's missing several toes from getting nipped, and he was getting beat up, and he had actually something fall on him. That's why Petco decided to put him up for rescue. I got him for $10. That's just their adoption rescue fee. So I've had him, I'd say 5-6 months now maybe, and he's been doing good. He's been growing. I just put him in this cage. You can look at my updated reptile collection to see what he was in before. It was about the equivalent of a 40 breeder. This cage is 4 feet tall, 3.5 feet wide, and 18 inches deep. The same with the other one. And he's got 3 PVC perches, 1, 2, 3. He's got some sticks to climb on. Got a jungle vine, which he usually sits on up right there or up there by that little plant. He's got some plants just in the side for decoration. He's got one ledge right there, another one over there. Here's his light. He's got a power sun bulb and just mesh to hold it in and make sure that he doesn't end up with any injuries. The bottom of his cage, he has this climbing stick. This is actually a climbing stick converted into like a cave. I don't know if you can see, but right there, he can get under there, and that's where it's warm, and it stays really nice and warm because this heats up really nice, and it heats up right here too. He sits up here, but he usually sits right there or right here to bask. He's got a water bowl. He pooped in there. That's where he always poops. He's got a worm dish, which I usually feed him by hand. I just have that in there pretty much just in case I go out of town or something and my husband or my dad has to throw something in there. He's got that little rock for rubbing when he sheds. He's got that little hide. Again, he never uses it. I just put it in there just in case. And he's got all these little ivy plants. They're pretty much just for me because I don't want to look at just a boring cage, but he actually does hide behind here and hide in these, so he likes them. I put this plant in there just to add something in there. It's just a regular plastic, I think Exoterra or Zoomed plant. But that's Poseidon's cage, my Chinese water dragon. Now let's go to the Burmese python side. This is the albino Burm cage. Same dimensions as Poseidon's cage. They're hatchlings. They're not going to be in here forever, so don't worry. This is just their hatchling cage. As soon as they grow out of it, I'm thinking about getting a frilled dragon or maybe another Chinese water dragon for this side. Here's Creamsicle. Right there. He's still really small. There's my hand. And he's coiled up. He's really small. And here's his sisters. The one on this side that is Sherbert. And that is Ice Cream. Ice Cream just ate her first rabbit today. Just hatchling, stillborn rabbit. They have that little hide. That's their water bowl. Just like Poseidon, they have the same power sun bulb and the mesh at the top. They have that, which Creamsicle right here. He's really the only climber. The other girls do climb, but he climbs non-stop. He's usually always right there perched up, all pretty, which that makes it nice because he displays himself. Or he sits way up there, right next to the light, but there, it's where he basks usually. I put this in there, it's a little hide. Sometimes he'll go in there and stick his head out of this little hole. It's pretty cute, but that I silicone to the wall, so all their plants are siliconed in. They're just little ivy plants just to add some decoration, mostly for me again, but they have a jungle vine also, 3 PVC perches, just some wood climbing sticks that go to the ground, so it makes it easier for them to get up. And they have this V-shaped piece of wood, which is siliconed in, silicone to the perches, so it's not going anywhere, but that's them. You guys have seen them before, but this is their new cage. It's pretty big for them. They seem to like it, especially him. He utilizes almost all of the cage. And now we're going to go look at my axolotl. I got him yesterday, actually. Traded some salamanders for him. So, here he is. I don't know if you can see him. He's right back there by the skull. This is his head. That doesn't really help. You can't really see him at all on camera. That sucks. There he is. But, he's 3 months old. He's about 3 or 4 inches right now. He's in just a regular 10-gallon. This is just a log, half log hide. It just floats. He sometimes hides up in there. Let me see if I can get a view of it. Up in there. Very rarely though, but he's got that little hide. Doesn't really use it either. He slept in that bush last night. Demolished this one, but he mostly just hangs out by his skull or his rocks, but he's pretty cool. He ate some bloodworms for me this morning, so he's got just a regular fish tank background, just to give you something to look at, because this tank is kind of plain, since I don't use substrate with these guys. But that was my axolotl and my new cages. Thanks for watching. If you have any tips on what I can do next, let me know. And also, I wanted to mention that these cages do have heat pads underneath, or on the bottom of the cage, and there's plastic inserts. I'll show you really quick. There's plastic inserts in between the heat pad and where the animal actually lives. So I don't know if you can see that, but this whole thing lifts up. So I can easily change his bedding, or you can see it right there. It's this. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Any tips, let me know. Thanks, bye.